Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I hope you had a nice time over the holidays. I certainly know I did. This week, I'm going to share some cool updates for the World Builder and talk through some of the high-level plans that I have for 2025. I'm just getting back into things after Christmas and New Year's. I still took a day off for New Year's, but I was able to do a little more this week than last week, which was Christmas week. I put out the product page that I had in progress in last week's video. This has a heading and a caption that speaks to the customer's journey. You're building worlds and you have big aspirations. You can start for free and only pay for things when they get bigger. Then I have this pricing grid that kind of calls out a few of the features that I think differentiate me from competitors. No limitations on an article count, no limitations on publicly sharing your content, and no ads ever polluting your content and your experience. The pricing grid also details the differentiation between our free and premium plans. Currently, that's that you get 10 times the storage for your data, and then 10 times the limit on your messaging with Dan, the AI-powered world building assistant. Finally, I have this section toward the bottom, which just lists some very brief paragraphs about some of the features. I'd love to beef this up into each feature having screenshots and details that the customer can scroll through while they evaluate the product. It's still pretty bare bones, but I've introduced the dailies feature for the World Builder that I've been talking about for a little while now. The application will generate a prompt that encourages you to write. The prompt changes each day, and I'm using AI to generate them. It's my experience they can be a little formulaic or repetitive, but I have some ideas around how I can make these a bit more varied. So you can expect something like that to be updated in the future. You can respond to the prompts with as much or as little content as you want, and a history of all your responses are kept on the tool. As I've been using the World Builder more and more, I've found myself kind of annoyed with using the back button while I try to navigate around. So I've built this breadcrumb component that allows you to quickly switch between worlds. The new dailies feature is also accessible from this menu. When you're deeper into looking at a specific item within a world, you can see a list of objects and folders that share that same type. So if you're looking at an artifact, for instance, you'll see a list of other artifacts and folders that hold artifacts. This matches the behavior on the homepage, just showing root level items. So it's just a subset of everything in your world, but I'm hoping it's the right and relevant content to link to. I can see a future where this really goes wild with nested content, letting you navigate to all potential folders and items, but I wanted to avoid showing too much here and just get started with the simple thing first. So in the immediate future, I need to finish up and publish a blog post that I have in the works about good habits. This is meant to coincide with the new year and the launch of the dailies feature, which I spoke about earlier. I also want to make some refinements to the dailies feature. It still needs some basic capabilities like being able to edit your older entries. I also want to add some enhancements like better prompt generation and a streak counter to kind of gamify and encourage daily use. I've been teasing in the last couple videos that I've been thinking about 2025 and the longer term vision for Final Parsec. So let's get into that. The super long term vision over several years is that Final Parsec has an established community of people that it has helped get into game development. I'd love to see people start from nothing, use our resources and our tools, and successfully finish games of their own. If we focus in over just the next year, the plan is to continue releasing small products at a cadence about once a month. I'm still very much in a phase where I'm actively researching and investigating products that might align with the needs and desires of the market. If any particular product starts to see demand and potential for adoption, it's my plan to bail out of this iteration and focus on that successful product. I also intend to continuously produce blog posts and videos in order to market myself and the business. Finally, I want to get back into making some games. It's not really my desire to build fully polished games to be sold, but rather to empathize and understand the experience of my target customers. The World Builder came from scratching my own itch while trying to build games and write stories for them. I think similar ideas will come to me if I live that experience of trying to get small games started and shipped. I also just like making games, and I have a number of ideas for things I've wanted to build for some time. If I stay consistent with this approach, I should end up with a really high volume of content products, and games over the course of the next year and have a lot to show for the work that I've put in. If I break this down into quarters, I think it starts to look something like this. I'd love to put a bow on the world builder and roll over into kicking off work on an office simulator game that I've been thinking about for a long time now. I have a basic proof of concept of this game from a couple of years ago and some related blog posts. I'll link all that in the description below if you're interested in reading more. As I work on that game, I want to produce products based on the needs that I see for myself while I'm working on it. First and foremost, I think, is making a quick and easy way to deploy it and host it on finalparsec.com. I also have some technical debt that I want to finish off in totality, or it's going to start to cost me some money. There are some Azure hosted resources from the legacy site that we built almost 10 years ago that just need to be sunsetted. I'd also love to explore some additional avenues to increase my marketing reach. My thinking at this point is that a newsletter or use of email in general might be a good start. In quarters beyond the next few months, I have some topics that interest me and that have shown some limited success in terms of engagement or search ranking. Essentially, I just want to keep making games, building tooling to support that for myself and others, and move toward that longer vision. If you have ideas about games or features that you want to see me build, please leave a comment below. If you're interested in that World Builder premium plan, it is on sale until January 31st. You can save up to $25 your first year if you use the code NEWWORLD at checkout. That's all I have for you this week, and I want to thank you for watching if you're still here. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see future updates. New videos come out every week. Bye for now.